There's something I want you to try. I want to see how it works, and I want you to report back to me how it works or doesn't work. Welcome to my office. This is the Joshua Lisec experience, briefly. So last week, I spoke at Americans for Prosperity about the wisdom of using left-wing language in order to persuade left-wing individuals. I saw DC Drano posted about that again today. I saw a screenshot. Basically something like, safe borders are a human right. What could you refer to as women's rights to feel safe in public? That, of course, would refer to the crime of illegal immigration and its consequences that have been a disaster for the female race. I would like you to try talking, next time you're talking to a liberal, I want you to try using their language with them. One of the things I talked about was the necessity of watching The Moral Roots of Liberals and Conservatives, the TED Talk by Jonathan Haidt. And in that talk, he talks about how liberals value prevention of harm and insistence of fairness. The trouble with both of those is that they are subjective. Conservative values, right-wing values, tend to be objective, like law, order, loyalty. Those are measurable. Those are measurable phenomena. But what we have with the left is harm. Well, I can say I'm harmed by this. It's self-reporting. Same thing with fairness. It's not fair, especially with said like that. What is it that Scott Adams always says? Fairness is for children and pets, something like that, I think. Well, there you go. But I want you to try, next time you talk to a liberal, be very intentional about using left-wing speak. And if you are not sure what that is, look up any mainstream celebrity's X account or Twitter and see what they speak about. See what phrases they'll use. They'll talk about decency. That's another word that they use. So what is the decency of something that you value as a right-wing individual? I want you to test this to see how far you can get, without triggering the person to cognitive dissonance. How can you advocate for your worldview, your perspective, your viewpoint, using left-wing speak around vulnerability, harm, fairness, rights, freedom? How can you, and you can be even more specific, right? When they talk about redistribution, okay. When they talk about oppression, when they talk about, just pick any, reproductive rights, right? What about the reproductive rights of the individual preborn baby? What about their reproductive rights? Well, they're an individual with unique DNA that has never existed before and will never exist again. Oh, shoot, abortion is literally killing a human being. Shh. So you can speak about that. A really funny one I like to mention is, I think it was Gays Against Groomers. They ran that pro-life rally. I think it was that group in particular. They said something to the effect of, gay rights begin in the womb. Cognitive dissonance might get triggered with that one. But then they now have to argue, wait a second, if they're born this way, that means they're this way before they were born. Genocide, right? That's literally what you can get them to realize. But I want you to test this. It's a persuasion test. Report back at Joshua Lisec.